Hi! Anyone here? If you're in the chat, please say hi! Hi! Raylan's here! Yay! Alright, so to introduce myself, my name is Siren Salira. I am a mermaid performer and content creator, and I will be playing a game called Don't Starve, which is my favorite game. It's my comfort game, and I'm playing the ocean-themed version of it for all of you because I am a mermaid and I want to keep things mermaidy. So, without further ado, it is a gray, dreary, terrible day here in Pennsylvania, and we're gonna play. Okay. Shipwrecked, 126. Continue. We are playing as Wendy, the goth Victorian child with a dead sister. Very fun character because you have a built-in friend in the game who's dead. That's fine. Day 26, we are well into the hurricane season on Shipwrecked. Let's see. I need some food. Where can I get food from? That's not great. The whole point of this game is to not starve. I have one job. Okay, here we go. Exactly one asparagus. That's something. So much monster meat, but if you eat that, it is mildly poisonous, so I would really prefer not to. So we can put one thing in the crock pot. Come on. Oh, I do have lots of seeds. They were just stored elsewhere. So I'm gonna eat a bunch of seeds. There we go. Now at 33 fullness or hunger. Hi Thal, welcome! Raylan's here too. We're still playing Don't Starve. It's still the equivalent of winter season. I want to see if I can find another vegetable to put in the crock pot so I can make asparagus soup. It's not looking promising though, but I do have a couple berries, so maybe I can make some meatballs, which is maybe going to be even better for me right now. Berries, and this bush has dehydrated. It's not dead, but I need to fertilize it to bring it back. And the bananas, which might have been better for taming monkeys. Well, as much as you can tame the monkeys in this game. But we'll see. But yeah, so the hurricane season, you gotta survive, find shelter, and sometimes a horrible boss monster called the Sealnado shows up. So that's fun. I did look up some strategies because that thing's going to be showing up soon if it does come in this game. And it sounds like the best way to deal with it is to run away and stay far away. So that's what we're going to try if we run into that. Got some limpets. Let's cook those up. Ice falling from the sky. We can refine the ice into ice cubes that can then go into the pot like meatballs ingredients. Because normally in real life, when you put ice into a crock pot, it turns into meatballs, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. How many? We have 4. Can make 1 ice cube with 4. So how's everybody doing? How's your weekend so far? I mean, Raylan, I know how your weekend is going so far because I've been there. But I still appreciate you showing up and supporting the stream. This is very fun. How about you, Val? How's your weekend been? Still looking for ice. 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 Baby. Ice. pretty alleged. You're gonna have to go into more detail. Every time I hear the word alleged, I think just a little bit about the ostrich bit from which we're not going to go up to here. But, yep. Gonna keep talking. No internal monologue, only external. Abigail's still here. That's my twin sister, Abigail. More meatballs. We're below 88, so we can eat those without wasting anything. And yeah, that's pretty good. So there is a lot of cut grass here. I think I'm gonna make myself a straw hat to help a little bit with the moisture level. I must have had one before, and I don't know, maybe it wore out and despawned. Does count as more detail? Yes, it does. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, we've been okay so far, but this past week was just truly awful. We had a sick kid, we had work emergencies, we had a bunch of other minor things, like we found a leak in one of the bathrooms. It's just been one thing after another, but the weekend has been a little bit better. Oh, and here's some really good news. I checked my YouTube channel for the first time in a few days, and last week's VOD got a non-zero amount of catching up from being sick is fun. Well, now we're catching up from having a sick child, which is fun also. Yeah, I can dry these. Can I dry these? Should be able to dry these. Dry. They might take a long time to dry since it's a bit wet out here. Yeah, so being sick or caring for someone who is sick, both not great. Hopefully as spring rolls in, we'll get sick less, but I always get like such a bad cold in April, May. Which sucks because, you know, I'm supposed to be celebrating in May. But that's okay. There was one time about 2 years ago where we went to the spring concert at the elementary school, and it was in this really crowded gymnasium. And the 3 members of our family, plus the orchestra teacher, were the only people out of several hundred wearing masks. And even though I was wearing a mask the whole time, I still got COVID. So, love that. The moral of this story is that masks are better at protecting the people around you than they are at protecting you. So if you don't want to get sick, I guess you just have to never leave your house. But if we lived in a polite society where people cared about each other, then they would wear masks at crowded and poorly ventilated things like an elementary school orchestra concert. And who knows, I've been seeing some hopeful posts online that we're moving toward a more collectivist culture, but who even knows? Watermelon. Watermelon's great. So you put these mixed seeds, like the seeds that you collect in the garden, and then just whatever grows. And sometimes it'll be something good, sometimes it'll be something bad. So you just find out. It's like the loot box of food in this game. Eat the watermelon, and that brings my sanity up a little bit too. Who even knows? Watermelon! Yes. Precisely. Oh yeah, I was gonna put the limpets too. Limpets! Yeah, like winter in both in Shipwrecked and in Reign of Giants are kind of boring because there's long nights and there's not a lot you can do during those nights. So So let's see. Okay, so I think one thing that I want to do is make sure I have a good boat that's nice and fast so that I can run if that Sealnado shows up. Okay, so I do have a wooden boat. I don't know if it's got a sail, and I don't know what state of disrepair it's in. So let's go check on it. Yes, I forget everything that happened in the previous session, even if it was 2 days ago. Don't worry about it. No, my blue mushroom! Oh, God. That was horrible. Well, I guess we persist. Mushrooms are not renewable and you can't grow them. So if there's a spot that a mushroom is growing in the ground and it gets destroyed, it's just gone. And that was a blue mushroom, which is the one that fruits at night. And, or finally I suppose 2, 3. The charcoal's blowing away too. Alright, do I have a lightning rod? Yeah, but I was just a little too far away for the lightning rod to catch. That was very unfortunate. So I guess we'll put featured mechanics lightning for this episode. So here we go. So here's the boat. The boat is at 157 out of 250. The sail is doing good. You know what I just noticed? I made a new straw hat, but I found out what happened to my old straw hat is I made it into a snakeskin hat, which is better. So, yeah. As usual, we are doing great. We are gaming. We are on top of this. I play this game a lot, and I am a medium amount of good at it. Seeds. I figure part of the reason why people tune in, well, at this point, the people who tune in are people that I know very well in real life and who are here to support me, which is very lovely. Thank you so much. But, you know, messing up is entertaining. So I'm hoping that I'm entertaining you by doing all these silly things. Okay. Where is Vines go? Here? Yes. I'd love a boat repair kit. Should I make a totally new boat from scratch? Love you too, Rayland. Thank you. Yes, both of you are making me feel very, very loved. Yeah, so the boat is kind of low. Oh, here's what I want to do if I have enough rocks, and I do. I'm going to make another crock pot, and I'm going to take that with me to wherever I end up fleeing to if and when the Sealnado shows up. That's going to be good. And I should make another one of these fire pit things too. Let me see. Do I have any coral for it though? There's that. That is... I'm leaving this meat to rot specifically so that it can turn into compost I can use to fix this berry bush. 11 coral. Beautiful. Alright. So... refine. Limestone. 1. 2. Put the coral back. And... what's next? Light. And this requires 2 sand. Let's check if I have sand. I think I've been collecting it, but let's double check. I have 1 sand. Lovely. Okay. Next step, get a little more sand. But first... there's 2 stacks of grass. Wow, that's a lot. Eggplant is best to cook and then eat it. Watermelon's best to just eat raw. These are things that I've learned after many years of playing this game. Picking up the ice has become an impulsive activity for me. Cook. And then one of these, I guess. this. Oh, can't carry anymore. Neat. Where are we going? We're looking for sand. Here's sand. Tools. Okay, we have a shovel. One. I've learned, and it took a long time to learn this, that you can, in fact, let it get dark a little bit. However, you can't let it get dark too much. So you can switch to a different tool than the torch a little bit. Sal says, I'm making breakfast / devastated for your blue shroom, but very entertained. Yeah, man, that was really rough. The blue ones, I said they fruit at night, and they heal you. They take away a lot of sanity, but they give you a bunch of health. So I like to think that they just taste really disgusting. Okay, that's 2 sand. If I leave the pile there, it will eventually regenerate and grow more sand. So, don't need, I've got so much of this cut grass. Let's see, so can I make this? I bet I need logs. I'm completely out of logs. Okay. Second meatballs, which is great. You had one, yes. How about second meatballs? It's a Lord of the Rings reference. And there's 1 limestone in there that I could have totally used the whole time. But yeah, where's my axe? We're gonna need to chop some wood. Axe is right here. Alright, I'm gonna put some grass in the fireplace. Get the axe ready. I don't want to chop down my shelter tree. So, thank you, Abby. She keeps me nice and safe from the snuggies. I should just drop this ice. I really don't need more ice right now. And I don't have, like, if you can build an ice box, then you can store it forever. And eventually, in this game, there comes a point where it gets hot and you need stuff to keep yourself cool. But I have literally only made it to that season once in Shipwrecked, ever. So that tells you how great I am at this game. It's fun because my friends will watch me play and they're like, wow, I didn't know that you could do that. You know so much about this game. I have never made it through an entire year in Shipwrecked. Ever. Okay, let's see. Is my compost ready yet? No, so close. So, chopping some trees. And I remembered this time I'm going to chop trees that I can see the base of. That way, if snakes come out of a bit, I can run away and not get bitten and poisoned by their yellow snake venom. Chop, chop, chop. I gotta get rid of some of those stumps, too. I was so excited, I think, too, when I found a good place to build that was by a mushroom. Now the mushroom's freaking gone. That's what happens. But that's the game, right? Tough things happen sometimes. And you just keep going and make the best of it. So let's go over to that spot where... Oh, my beautiful forest. Okay, so I've got plenty of logs now. Yeah, and another thing that it took me a long time to figure out is that you can build stuff and then not place it. So here we go, gonna go light chimney. And see here, it's wanting to place it, but if I either hit another menu or sometimes I'll just hit escape and go to this save and quit pause screen. And then the placement thing turns away. So it just stays here in your crafting tab and you can place it down whenever you want. This is a great way to free up some space in your inventory. So that's something I really like to do. Yes. Fertilizer. Very good. And then this, I guess, can go in here. Oh, there's lots of that. I can make as many drying racks as I want. Let's see, what's here? That. Where's the nearest spider? So we even find spiders in this game? There's monkeys. Here is spiders. Nice. Okay, so I guess the spiders are going in this big blank spot from where things burned from the lightning. Oh, the lightning is rough. Walk into the boat. Walk into the... Ooh, a stick. These are a little bit harder to get than grass, so I'm going to pick one up. Yeah, as you can see, I have 26 sticks and 44 grass. The seaweed. We like seaweed. We can dry it out, and then it's a vegetable that we can use for all sorts of purposes in cooking. And if you don't dry it, it's part of the antidotes for the venom from the snake. I got poisoned like 3 times in the last episode. But I had plenty of ingredients, so I was okay. Okay. Dodging the waves. No! Aww. But at least my hat protected me a little bit. My bigger concern is the damage it did to the boat. Let's see. Here's another seaweed. This is great, and especially as I have all of the charcoal from my forest that burned down. I'll be able to make a whole bunch of drying racks. And then we're going to have a ton of dried seaweed, which is a wonderful food source. Both in this game and in real life. I love seaweed. I'm a typical mermaid that way. Seaweed and fish are my favorite things to eat. Did you know this? Anybody on the chat, well, the 2 chatters who are talking right now will probably know that I tell people that I like to eat fish, and they will give me funny looks. They'll be like, isn't that cannibalism? And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Humans eat mammals all the time. A cow is way closer related to a human than I am to a fish. I do not eat octopods, though. That would be weird and gross. They're basically people. But fish I'm okay with. They're fine. Alright, let's see. Is any of these tier 3? That one's 2, that one's 2. So I can grab a couple of them, but I can't actually move the nests. So the tier of the spider nests. Hang on, gotta make a torch. Not panicking. So the tier of the spider nest is the number of spiders that come out when you disturb it. That's a lot of these. That's good. So if you step on a tier 1 spider nest, then 1 spider will come out. And if you step on a tier 2 spider nest, then 2 spiders will come out. And if you step on a tier 3, then 3 spiders will come out. But if you destroy the nest, then it will drop spider eggs. So you can use that to plant a new nest. Sorry, I got distracted by chat, which will start at level 1 and then continue to grow. Raylan says fish is tasty, kind of want sushi. Yeah. Well, I think I know somebody else who lives in our house and wants sushi too. Thal says, James and I were just talking the other day about how we could never eat cuttlefish because it would be too close to home. Right, no, we don't eat cephalopods. They're friends, not food. Fish are fine. Aha. She almost got me, but then she didn't. I was okay. Oh, I'm hungry. Too bad I don't have a ton of food in my inventory. Look at that. Now I'm not hungry at all. You can't even see any hunger on the meter. see, what else is here? Continue getting grass. Oh, a rock, that's nice. Yes, and don't starve. Sometimes we get excited about rocks. Don't worry about it. Rocks are very useful for building things. Not walking into the ocean. That's not good for your health. Picking some more sticks. At this point, I'm just kind of wandering around. But yeah, no, we don't eat cuttlefish and, no cephalopods. I don't really know a lot about nautiluses, but, you know, I think if it's not safe to eat other creatures, then probably we shouldn't eat them anyway. But yeah, no, fish is good, seaweed is good. This game does make me want sushi a lot of the time, actually. There is a recipe for sushi in the game in the crock pot, but I can't remember it, and the last time I tried to make one, it just turned into, like, wet mush and wasted the ingredients, so I don't know. Alright. Let's check those spider nests one more time. Tier 2, which I've been over this. You see it's got 1, 2 tiers. Oh, silk. Silk is very useful, and I've been playing a lot of Hamlet, which is the other expansion of this game, and silk is so hard to get in that one. So every time I see silk now, I get really excited. Ooh, silk! But yeah, we got some materials from these spiders, and now we're gonna head home. This trip has not been super exciting. That's okay. What can we drop? We can drop 2 slowly rotting seeds. There we go. Now we're taking the silk home. More seaweed! Yes! Even more seaweed up here! I'm just gonna get all the seaweed. I'm gonna get so distracted. Look, whale bubbles. Should we follow the whale bubbles, chat? With these big waves, that might be a little too dangerous. Plus, I don't know what I'd do with the whale if I got one. Probably stick Abigail on it. Oh, that was close. Almost got hit by the wave, but not quite. Okay. Here we go. Going back to our home island. I think I'm on course. Pretty sure I'm on course. Yes. We're doing great, sweetie. Oh yeah, when we do get back to the island, which here we are, and then all the way back to the base and put some of this stuff away. Well, here's something nice. We now have a gazillion spider glands, and we have a bunch of ashes from that horrible fire that I'm still upset about. But we can make a lot of healing salves. Let's go in here. Sure, why not? All right. But first, there's something that I want to do. My dog had a haircut. Look at him. He's on his poodle half of the month, and he's got a little tie. A little Valentine's Day tie. This is very important. Yes, poodle, poodle, poodle. Poodle, poodle, poodle. 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 Yep, that's you. Nobody's up there. Everybody's in the kitchen or here. Okay. I just had to show that. It was extremely important. We need to remember to take a picture of him. Hello, Tom Tom. Very dashing. Yes, he is very dashing. Even if he's a silver fox now. A silver poodle. Technically, there's a kind of dog called a silver poodle, but he is not one of those because he looked like a night fury until like age 7 or so. But now he's distinguished. All right. Anyway, yep, this is my dog. Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? That's okay. We don't have to kiss anyone we don't want to. That's an important life lesson. Anyway, back to the game. He is just a good boy. He is such a good boy. We love him very, very much. All right, back to the game. Continue. What was I talking about other than how cute my dog is? Let's talk about making some more drying racks so we can start drying seaweed. Each drying rack requires 3 rope, which is so many, but we have so much cut grass. See, it's still more than a stack. 1 more rope. So that's enough for 2 drying racks. Gotta go get my charcoal that I put here, I think? Yeah. Wait, hang on. There's like multiple stacks of those spider webs. There's spider webs there, and I thought I saw more spider webs in here. Yeah. So we'll move these so they're all together. 8 is a great number. Should make a sleep tent. I heard an allusion to the Great Fire. Well, here, drying racks. Another drying rack. These things happen. Okay. And some seaweed. Could I have placed those more neatly? Probably. Alright. This goes here. This comes out here. We grab these things. And make sure I don't have more sitting in a random chest. Nope. And now we'll make some more healing salves. 1, 2, fire. 2 logs. Not refine, survival. Did I ever really run out of ashes? Okay. Well, that's all the ashes from the Great Fire. At least we put them to good use. We have 6 healing salves, so we should be able to survive some things. But not the Sealnado, because I tried that in a different game, and it takes your supplies out of your inventory, and you cannot use them to heal yourself or eat or light a torch. So it's real bad. I don't know how anyone is supposed to beat that. Ooh, then I can do the asparagus soup next too. Asparagus soup is a great, cheap healing food. And I thought you needed meat in it for the longest time, but apparently not. So that's pretty cool. I'm planting the seeds that are older so that I can combine the new one in, which will help with that. I'm gonna unequip the hat because it is not raining currently. Meatballs! Let's see, so yeah, now it's nighttime and it's super boring. That was already planted, that's great. I guess I'll cook a couple limpets. 1, 2. Am I even gonna cook the third one? I don't know. For this one extra grass in here so I can actually see my crock pot. Carrot. Asparagus. Stick. Yeah, you can use stick as a filler in some recipes because there's recipes for like fish sticks and kebabs that have sticks in them. So stick is considered a valid ingredient for the crock pot. So if you need something really cheap, then sometimes that's what you can put. Now we're gonna wait, we're gonna get asparagus soup, which is better for health, but we really don't need health right now. So that's fine. I am a stick. Yes. I am a stick. Does this stick say anything else? No, that's the whole point, is it doesn't say anything else. But don't you want to be fire? You could be fire. Nice warm fire. I am a stick. I am a stick. Okay, well, watch this. You're fire now. I'm a light weaver. In case anybody doesn't know, these are references to Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson, the second book in the Stormlight Archives of the Cosmere meta-series. An excellent book, one of my favorites. And there's one scene where one of the main characters attempts to turn a stick into fire. And the stick is not interested. That's the whole scene. She gets better at doing that sort of thing later as the series progresses. Let's see. What other good books do we know? Ooh, you know what? I'm so used to playing as Wickerbottom, who is an insomniac, that maybe I will make a sleep tent. And actually sleep, because I've got tons of food right now, as you can see. Still getting these sticks. I am a stick. I am a stick. I am a stick. I like to do silly voices. Is that how I get views? Let's hope so. We'll figure it out. I am a streamer. Thank you, I'm very funny. At least one person thinks I'm funny. Okay. So, what are we doing? Making more meatballs? So that in case we need to flee suddenly, we can. Yeah, that dried seaweed. Okay, I'm gonna go pick up those fallen logs. And the coconuts. A great way to get coconuts that don't fall on your head and kill you. There we go. The Circle Opens by Tamara Pierce has a moment like that too. Yeah, I wonder, that's probably a much older book. So who knows? I don't know if Tamara Pierce was one of Sanderson's influences. I know he definitely said that Anne McCaffrey was, though. Please move. MB asked the stone. The stone thought about it. Yeah. Well, the stick didn't even think about it. The stick was just like, I am a stick. By the way, this I am a stick voice is based on the voice that Kate Redding does in the Words of Radiance audiobook. I am a stick. Get him! Get him! I'm gonna help. Yay, food. Oh no, I can't do that. If you put 2 monster meat in at the same time, it turns into poison. So, you know, love that. I can take this out and it'll stack. 1, 2. Do we have any berries yet? Yes, berries. In Don't Starve Together, there is a mechanic for growing your own mushrooms. But I have not seen that in any of the single-player versions. Somebody's phone just made a noise. But that's okay. Right, a sleep tent. Okay. What do we need for a sleep tent? We could just make a sleep bag. Sleep tent. I know it's a bunch of silk and a bunch of rope and a small normal amount of sticks. I am a small normal amount of sticks. I'm very entertaining, that's why I get the big views. I had 6 people on it at the same time the other day, it's great. Where is my... Oh, there's already a sleeper already here. Well, why don't I just use that then? Can't sleep, there's death to be had. Oh, come on, what is here? Okay, well, I guess nothing is here. Yeah, sleeping brings back your sanity, but it also makes you very hungry. But it's a good thing to do if you have lots of food and you don't have insomnia. Maybe I should still just build a sleep tent. 4, 6. Bible. Don't need that yet. Tent. Put you nice and close to the lightning bolt. There, then I can sleep as much as I want. Well, I can sleep as much as I want. Somebody's phone keeps making noises. It's not mine. Mine is right here. I'm using it to monitor my stream. Okay, the noisy phone is being done with. Just continuing to gather things. I love gathering. Gathering is my favorite thing in basically any game. And now we're running away. We're running very, very far away. You saw that, right? The thing that was behind us? That was death. We're just going to run. We're just going to abandon the base and build a new one elsewhere. What are our options? So here is a place with a beehive, and it already has a chest, so that might be nice. That's something we don't have to build. I don't know what else is on this island. It looks like it's probably just sandy beach, but, you know, that's okay. I don't want to go where the monkeys are. They're going to steal all my stuff. Yeah, so that's a Sealnado. It's like a Sharknado, only scarier, because seals are scarier than sharks. Despite being dog mermaids, which they are. Which is why, when we got our merfolk family portrait, TomTom was portrayed as a seal. Oh god, it's so hard. Waves. So close to death yet so far. I guess that's in reference to the boat. So at least there are views here. Wait, did Abigail die? No, she's... I mean, like, double die, I guess. She's here, I'm here, the Sealnado is not here. I remember TomTom as a seal. Yes, he was so cute! Sitting in laps like he does. There's the beehive. Oh, yes, a bee stinger. You know what you can make out of bee stingers? boat repair kit. I'm gonna need a new alchemy engine. Or just to go back to that old one after the Sealnado is gone. Which the only way I think to like know for sure that it's gone is gonna be to just to wait till the season changes. Legitimately. Okay. Ooh, there's a blue gem there. That's nice. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and build this. I don't have a lightning rod, which might become a problem. But, better than going back there and getting killed by the Sealnado. And my crock pot. I brought from home. Berry. One of these things. Some ice. Call that dinner. Cook. Okay. Getting food. Let's see if we can do any exploring. There certainly is a lot of sand piles here, so I mean, I guess that'll be useful for when we need sand. Hey, maybe the Sealnado will show up here. Wouldn't that mean it's not at your original base? It would, and that would be great. However, yeah. We could totally go back then, but, you know, I don't think that's very likely. I think it just stays at my base. At least unlike the Deerclops, which is the winter boss in Reign of Giants in the base game, it doesn't destroy your buildings. So, like, that's nice. Where is my new secondary base? It's up that way. Go. Come on. Still going the right way, right? Come on, once. Oh, I really wanted to pick up this. Okay, so let's start by putting some... Come on. We're doing great. Fires, lightning. I think that this season ends on like day 36. I don't know. This is a rough one. Raining, it's wet, it's horrible. And my stuff is on a different island that I can't go to because it's not safe. Raylan redeemed hydrate. Yeah, I figured it out. I made the hydrate redeem. Here it is. That reminded me, I need to do a graphic for seashells, and I was thinking of working on that on stream. So what do we think? That's probably going to be a little bit less engaging than Don't Starve. I don't know if I'll even have that much to talk about. I'm not sure what that was going to look like, but the potential for art streams was something that I always considered when I was working on this channel, and I figure if I'm going to stream anything, it would be my own channel currency graphic. So let me know if we're interested in that, if anybody wants to look at that at some point. But yeah, thank you. This is my first points redeem. Thank you. I'm so excited about that. I'm a real streamer, almost. I mean, this is a real stream. There just aren't a ton of people watching. That's fine. And here's the crocodiles. We'll probably survive those, right? Probably. Love when the crocodiles and the Sealnado come at the same time. That's what happened in one of my private games. It went so well, as you can probably imagine. Oh, I'm so happy that I got a points redeemed. That's really, really exciting for me. Alright, yeah, I'm not seeing anything on this island. Oh no, wait, there's a pig house! Pig house! Let's go! Grab some limpets. Go to the pig house. There's 2 pigs? There's 2 pigs and a bunch of bees? Did the bees... Yeah. I got lots of stuff that'll help me fight these guys. We got Abigail, we've got 2 pigs, we've got a bunch of bees. We are good. We've got Abigail, we've got 1 pig, we've got a bunch of bees. I'm gonna go ahead and put my armor on now. And to help out, Wendy's attack is not very good, but like it's better than nothing in terms of everything else here not completely dying. Honey. Neato. I could make honey poultice if I had any other stuff. Is this pig friends with me? Do you want to be friends with me? Oh, I guess they are. Do they have a name so that we can choose some pronouns? What's it got to be angry about? I don't like, what is this? You gonna follow me? No? Okay, I don't know what's going on. Apparently I can't feed that pig. Try with this. No, can't give them anything. But we survived the crocodiles. The Sealnado is not here. It's day 33. We're gonna try to make it to day 36. Could be a lot worse. But yeah, overall we're still hanging in here. It's too bad I'm not gonna have a good thumbnail of the Sealnado for the VOD of this. But yeah, I saw it out the corner of my eye and got out of there. Nope. People are watching this one, so I would rather it just stay alive. And that's the game. And I talk a lot about this game in mental health, not just because there's a mental health mechanic, but because I feel like it teaches some life lessons. Like, sometimes it's better to run away and stay alive than to try and fight something that's too big for you and you're gonna die. That's an important life lesson. The aim of this game is just to stay alive as long as possible. Maybe do some cool things while you're at it, but not, like, that's bonus. Yes. I'm still proud that somebody redeemed something. Even if it was from somebody who lives in my house. That's okay. Still pretty exciting. Oh, now we've got all this stuff in no chest. What do we think for a title? Lightning Strikes Again and Again? I like that one. I think I might go with that. The title of the last episode is going to be Winter is Coming to Don't Starve Shipwrecked. You like that? That's a Game of Thrones reference. I don't even like Game of Thrones that much. I tried reading the books and they weren't terribly interesting to me. And the show was pretty close to the books, and there were some things I liked about it better, but I kind of fell off the habit of watching, and then it ended, and everybody was really upset, so I'm like, it doesn't feel like there's a point. Okay. Wish I had a drying rack right now. Can I burn some of these palm trees? Make a drying rack? What can I drop? Drop this shovel. Here we go. Gonna light this on fire. Fingers crossed that it gets 2 charcoals and not just 1, and I don't have to burn down any more trees. But we'll see. House of the Dragon is better. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is way better. What's a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms? I'm not familiar with that. I did hear that House of the Dragon was gayer, which already makes it a little bit better. Only 1 charcoal. That's sad. Cook these guys, because I don't want to carry them anymore. Tried to feed them to the pig, but that didn't work. But yeah, like, see, this one has coconuts, and I'd rather chop it and harvest those. But we're looking for a tree that's not close to anything, and preferably that doesn't have coconuts. This one, it's a little bit close to that. So I don't think I want to do it. We have had enough wildfires in this episode, I think. Let's maybe try not to get too many more. Looking at the map might help. So there's one up there that could be a really good candidate. There's one over there that could be good. So let's take a look. Walking at night. This is my song, I'm walking at night. Went the wrong way while walking at night. It's easy to lose your way while walking at night because it's dark and you can't see. A Knight of Seven Kingdoms is about a broke hedge knight trying to make a name for himself and be a decent person, and this annoying little kid that keeps following him around. I see. That does sound nice. Kids, am I right? This week in our household has been very kids, am I right? I am right. No, I know I'm right, and I should say so. I do still have the axe. Chop. Equip. There we go. Okay, we're moving. Now we'll put some other tool down. I do have a boat repair kit. It's been right there the whole time. I'm so good at this game, friends. Say it. Kid will love it. Kids, am I right? I don't think they heard me. That's probably for the best. Oh, drying rack, drying rack. Refine. 3 rope. 1, 2, 3. I'll let the torch run out and then make a new one. That is not the right tab. Rope. Drying rack. Food. Drying rack. So these big pieces of meat, when they're dried, they turn into a pretty good food that's a health food that can still be used in recipes for meatballs or anything. So drying them is almost always the way to go. I am very good at this game, and my sense of smell is keen. Why is my sense of smell relevant? I'm not gonna have enough bamboo to make a shelter, but it's nice. It's a Labyrinth reference? Why don't I remember that line? I should know Labyrinth. Yeah, sorry, I got quiet because I was just thinking about it. Day 34, we're going. We're not dead. The Sealnado's not here. But we are starting to hallucinate, so love that. Let's gather a bunch more grass and maybe make... Sorry, I was distracted by the grappling. Gather a bunch more grass and maybe make a sleeping bag. What do they call it? straw roll? Yeah. You know, man, it's one of your favorites. Then I should even more know it. I'm gonna watch that again. I don't think the child even liked it that much, which is terrible. I really question that person's taste sometimes. I still can't believe that their favorite character from Vampires is the worst fictional character to ever exist in history. It boggles my mind. I just don't understand it. Here, shifting. Okay. Continuing to chop. I have enough health that I will not be killed by chopping a coconut tree. I'm still a little bit scared about that. If anybody's seen episode 1, episode 2, I think it's episode 1. It's, oh, I just noticed the note that the kid gave a look when I said kids, am I right, really loud. So, I mean, I guess that's something. The asparagus soup is probably gonna go bad. Okay, we'll put one of these in here. Put one of these in here, because it's what we have. 2 of these down. Hit the cook button. And now, does kid like the last unicorn? I think so? I don't know. Can we get a fact check on that? Does kid like the last unicorn? Here we go. Straw roll. Survival, straw roll. Let's do it. We're surviving. That's the name of the game is to not starve, but it is a survival game. They shook their head yes. So they nodded their head yes, or they shook their head no. I'm gonna say they nodded yes. That sounds right. Here is the straw roll. I can't sleep, there's deaths to be had? No, that's why. Okay. I don't get why it keeps doing that. Usually it's, food. You should just be able to click on it. Feels like this game is buggy or something. Day 35. We're almost there. We can go home soon. Home. I miss my home. My alchemy engine. My little sleep tent where I could sleep. And not get eaten by a seal in a giant tornado. But yeah, Last Unicorn is good. Labyrinth is good. What are some other great 80s fantasy movies that all of us old millennials liked when we were kids? I mean, Princess Bride is classic, and I would consider that part of the same genre. And Kid does like Princess Bride. I do remember that. Even though getting them to watch old movies is kind of horrible. Let's see. Yes, but if you have been watching my streams, Child is Never Ending Story for sure. I can't even remember that one. I must have watched it, but it wasn't one that we owned, so I didn't get to see it a lot. Child is pretty much completely recovered from their cold that took all of last week. So, thank goodness for that. And everybody is slowly getting life back to normal. Okay, we have 20 logs. What was I gonna do with logs? Build a new chest, I think. Yeah. Even though it's probably also gonna get struck by lightning. 1, 2, 3. Structures, chest. Structures, chest. Yes. And I'm gonna put half a stack of these basic supplies in here so that I can keep gathering them. Is the whole thing gonna burn down? Maybe. We're doing what we can. We're making it work. We had to flee due to a natural disaster that was also a seal. Fairy tales equal fantasy. Dark Crystal, yes, that was the one that I was trying to think of. I do not remember how Kid thought of the Dark Crystal. Val, did you see the Dark Crystal show that used to be on Netflix? That was so good. It was a prequel. Kid says they like Dark Crystal. Yeah, love Dark Crystal. I think that's my favorite of the ones that we've mentioned, though. Labyrinth is really good, too. And so is Last Unicorn. And now I can't pick a favorite, so forget that I said that. But yeah, this is streaming. We do boring stuff in games, and we talk about old movies or whatever. It's fun. It's fun. We're just hanging out. Harvesting things. I'm going to put the palm leaves away because I don't really have anything important to do with them. Since I don't have any bamboo on this island. It's just a giant sandy beach. The beach that makes me think of Dimension 20 now. There was a whole recurring bit with the beach in the last season. The story there was that they were in an apocalyptic wasteland that used to be Southern California. And they kept finding buried historical artifacts that would mention this word beach that people didn't know what it meant. Yeah, so that was very fun. It's called Dimension 20 Gladlands. And it's like vaguely a Mad Max Gamma World type of setting, but everybody is really nice and they talk their problems through. It's a post-apocalyptic story, but it's somehow an anarchist utopia. And then there's one point where they meet some marauders from outside the Gladlands and are able to talk to them and make friends. It's really a lovely, heartwarming story. So I do recommend that one. It is not my top 5 seasons of Dimension 20, though. There are some really good ones. Mentopolis is my favorite, in part because I was a neuroscience student in college and did a bit of that when I was working at a quote-unquote real job. I worked in some biology labs, and at Dimension 20 freaking noted. Yeah, Dimension 20 is truly amazing. So my first favorite season is Mentopolis, which is a mystery noir that takes place inside of a human mind. My second favorite is Starstruck Odyssey, which uses a D20 Star Wars system to tell this story from this really unique setting from a comic book that's like based on the 1980s, and it's completely absurd, and they fly around in a spaceship shaped like a hot dog, and everything is very silly and ridiculous and over the top, and I love it so much. Third is a really popular one called A Court of Fae and Flowers. That is a Regency romance, but everyone are fairies. And that's one of Abria's seasons. Everything else I mentioned so far, Brennan has been the DM. But this is, I think this was the first one that I watched where Abria was the game runner, and she's really fantastic. I love Abria Iyengar. The first season that we saw that she was in at all was Pirates and Leviathan, because I was in my pirate phase. It goes with mermaids, pirate. But I was in my pirate phase, and one of the first seasons that I put on was Pirates of Leviathan, which is one of their Zoom seasons. And she's got the most beautiful makeup. She's playing this, like, mermaid sea serpent cleric. So pretty. And it's just like, who is that? She's so pretty. Anyway, we love Abria Iyengar in this house, and we're very angry that apparently the Critical Role people don't like her for reasons that I'm sure have nothing to do with the fact that she's the only black person I'm aware of who's ever been on Critical Role. Couldn't be that. Anyway. We love it. What was he talking about? Top seasons of Dimension 20. What else after those? Like, Cowboy Hope is good. Oh, Dungeons and Drag Queens is great. The first season of that is perfect for anybody who's new to, like, role-playing games. Yep, there go all the things I put in that chest. At least I got them back. Could be worse. But yeah, it's day 36. I can probably start heading back soon, but like as you can see, it's still raining, and the color filter is still blue. So we want that filter to switch to green for the stream. Titan Takedown was great. I don't know if I put it top 5, but Titan Takedown, it was a variation on the Dungeons and Drag Queens format. Dungeons and Drag Queens is Dimension 20. It's a actual play D&D show, and the cast for that one is Brennan Lee Mulligan is the DM, and then the rest of the cast are 4 former contestants from RuPaul's Drag Race who had 2 of them had never played D&D before. One of them had played D&D before, or I think that, yeah, the other 2 had played D&D maybe once in middle school. I think Monet was the one who was like, sorry, my middle school DM, but Brennan's better. So that's great because they're like learning the system, and so if you're not familiar with how the game works, then you can kind of learn along with them. And it's incredibly entertaining. They're drag queens, they're in full drag, they're in these really over-the-top characters, and it's so fun. And that was another one of the first seasons that I saw. It had recently come out when we started watching regularly. So that was really good. Coffin Run. Coffin Run is one where Jasmine Boular is the DM, and she is so funny. It's like this, obviously it's to do with vampires. The idea is that Dracula is injured and he's in his coffin, and they need to get him home so that he can be healed. But it's so funny. The characters are so silly, and Jasmine makes the best NPCs. So Jasmine is in Acquisitions Inc. now. She plays Ullman's daughter, which is pretty cool. I missed several seasons of Acquisitions Inc., but it's good to see her there. And Abrio was supposed to be in the last one that we saw live at PAX Unplugged. By the way, shout out to PAX Unplugged. I'm wearing my PAX Unplugged hoodie. It's very stylish. Put the hood up so that you can't see how messed up my headphones are. But yeah. And I'm also wearing my Finfolk tank with the skeleton mermaids. So yep, there's some fashion. Nobody's sponsoring me. I just like to talk about my clothes. The dog has had enough. He doesn't like that I stood up, which is fair. Very stylish, thank you. Yeah, love fashion. I like putting on makeup. I like the idea of makeup, but actually putting it on my face is something that I really dislike doing. So be thankful, Twitch. I did this for you. Yeah. I forget what I was talking about, so I'm gonna go back to the game. Oh yeah, so we did start watching Critical Role. Abrio was supposed to be in the Acquisitions Inc. that we saw live at the last PAX Unplugged, but she had to cancel at the last minute, which was so sad. Thank you for making up. Thank you for thanking me. It really means a lot. Hey, do you remember the Maki Arce song from high school? It's okay if you don't. This was a song that our Spanish teacher played for us to teach us a new word. Maquillarse. And to teach us about reflective verbs. We used to make jokes about it. That's okay. This is just a reference to something that happened an unspecified number of years ago, because Thel and I have been best friends for an unspecified number of years. Maquillaje. Yeah, I thought it was maquillarse. But yeah, you're right, it was maquillaje. But I think that the reflexive version was in the song too. No me mires, no me mires, no me miras. I will take your word for it. I can't even remember the title of the song, so. No me mires, déjalo ya. You will have to sing it for me sometime when I can actually hear your voice, because I remember that there was a song. I just thought it was the word, well, I thought it was the word maquillarse over and over, but apparently it's maquillaje over and over. What can you do? It was an unspecified number of years ago. It was maquillaje, I think, by Mecano. You would know better than I would. But yeah, that's just a little story from an unspecified number of years ago. That may be more than some of our audience have been alive, but that's okay. From a year that definitely had a 2 in it. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Abigail, save me. Uh-oh. Yeah! That was so close, Chad. I'm alive. I'm alive. That's how I die a lot, Chad. I have too much stuff in my inventory, and then I can't build a torch, and then it gets dark and Charlie eats me. Look at my health. It's so bad. Alright, let's go ahead and put some... Oh, right, I have all these things. Let's use all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely gonna sleep when we get back home. Look at this. And, eat this, even though it's going bad. Why not? I mean, because it's going bad, that's why not. But yeah, no crock pot. No chests. This torch that I made and immediately dropped on the ground. Pickaxe. We're getting there. But look at all that health. Health is all the way back up. Hooray. Yeah, but that was so exciting. Lightning strikes again and again. You know what else is exciting? Nighttime in the winter and Don't Starve. Are you excited yet? How about now? You're full of emptiness, I see. Well, let's eat some nuts. Can you use a crocodile to make a crock pot? No, but you can use crocodile meat in the crock pot. That's the best I've got for you. Crock pot is made of... Oh god, now I've got the red thingies. Alright, let's go home. Prototype some things. Where did I put that boat? Greatness engaged. Sorry, chat. I don't make the rules. And I don't even know them half the time. Let's see. There's the boat. So we gotta definitely get some more sanity. Because the hallucinations will kill me. But we have survived. I think we've survived the Sealnado. Pretty sure. It's tough to tell. I can't see the overlay color well because the filter is just... My sanity is at 30. Okay, I completely went the wrong way. But yeah, let's go back and see what we've got. Here's flowers. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick some of the flowers. They're there for emergencies, but this is an emergency. Flowers. Flowers. Could plant some more flowers if I'm willing to use up some silk. And here we go. Home sweet home. Yay! Take these. Hang up a couple of these. Ah, we did it! We survived the hurricane season! Woo! I'm gonna pause first. I always forget to pause. But yeah! We did it! So excited. Alright. Continuing. How are we gonna get some more sanity back? Well, I mean, first we're just gonna make and eat some food. That's the first thing. So. This. One of these things. And we need one more thing. What's that? Is that a noise coming from the floor next to my desk? Better investigate that. What was that noise? What was that noise? Was it a dog? Oh, can I have a kiss? Look at my dog. Well, I'm gonna give you a kiss. Mwah. Okay, you can go back to lap now. He's a good boy. Dog is cute. Yes, that reminds me. We need to take a picture to show to Megan, the bartender. I promised her a cute dog picture the last time we saw her. Because he's just had his haircut. Back to game. Base cam game. Continue. We've got half an hour left. Let's see how long we can survive. Oh, well, first we need to get the sanity back up to some reasonable level. And then following that, what we need to do is... oh, that's a lot of teeth. That's pretty good, actually. Following that, we need to work on sandbags because the floods are going to start. So the spring equivalent in this game mode... Oh, look at that. And I got some sanity. Gotta find more flowers. I think there's flowers on the spider island. Only one way to find out. I keep looking back at the chat. Nope, it still just says dog is cute. Which is correct. That's why we keep him around. Even though he sometimes does things that we don't like that much. Like bark at nothing. Abigail! I love my personal bodyguard / sister. Don't we all wish that we had a ghost following us around and smiting our enemies? That's a thing that people like, right? I'm cute too. Hey, that's harassment. That's not harassment. We've been married for 15 years. I mean, an unspecified number of years. Don't worry about it. You heard nothing. Making meatballs out of ice, which is a thing you can do. It's very normal. But thank you for the "you're cute too." I put in effort. I put on my makeup, which I don't like doing. But I don't know. I guess I like having put on makeup. So, you know, I guess you just gotta kind of find the balance there. Yeah, so what we're gonna need to do is collect a lot of bamboo and a lot of sand. Because we need cloth and we need sand to make sandbags. This is great. I love that we have all of these things. I can just go on the ground. I don't care. Yep. 6, 2, 3. Okay. I think we're in decent shape. But I would love more flowers, if not, actually, you know what, chat? I'm gonna cook this, and then I'm gonna go to sleep like I keep saying I was gonna do. There we go. Look at that. Hallucinations almost completely gone. There's still one right here. But it's not gonna start attacking me, and that's the important part. Eat the food. And, yeah, maybe if I go back to spiders one more time, they'll be at tier 3 and I can bring a nest back here to my own island so I don't have to sail over there every single time. Maybe. Wouldn't that be fun? Wait. The boat repair kit that I've had. It's been here the whole time. Massive Dropout fans. Yeah, the seaweed is back. I can harvest more seaweed. The waves are going the right way. Joy. Life is good for like 3 more days, and then the rain and the flooding are gonna start. And I just broke my hat. So we're gonna have to make a new one of those. Am I going the right way? Yes! That's a pleasant surprise. Alright. This is for free. I'm hydrating myself. I'm using my infinite channel points of my own channel and redeeming hydrate. Alright, no more hydrate redeems for the rest of the stream. I should get backup water. Yes, this is the right island. Let's see, what tier are they? Oh, they're both tier 3. Okay, so my plan is to just take one of these. And I think it's going to be this top one. Hydrate redeems are back on the menu, chat. Because I have a supportive family. Alright. So what you do is you step on the spider webs. And that brings the spiders out. And then Abigail gets into a really big fight with them. And hopefully she doesn't just drop dead. Sometimes you can trap a couple to help out. Lots of spider loot. but I would strongly prefer Abigail to not double die. So let's help out to the extent that we can. Why didn't that work? And then here's another one. Well, at least it worked on that one. Look at the amount of monster meat I've got. 11 monster meat. That's so many. Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna drop these, to be honest. And now, nothing's coming out. So we can attack this. Abigail's gonna help. Attack, 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 attack. Keep going. And there's a spider, but she's got that for me. Yes, and now we've killed the nest. The spider's probably from the other nest. Put the trap around by that. Look at that. 10 silk and the spider eggs. We're doing it. We're getting spiders on the home island. And then, if you're really good, then you can set up one of the snake plants and the spiders, and they'll fight each other for you. And then it's basically just a loot farm. It's very, very fun. Oops. No, we can't do that if it's about to be night. Let's just get ourselves home. So I don't have a torch, and I'm about to do that thing again where I die because I have too much stuff in my inventory. How far are we? Not great. Oh, there is a torch. Haha. I'm great at knowing stuff like what I'm carrying. This is why I never die in this game at all. But this is pretty good. This is the third, maybe fourth stream in a row on this game, which I think is pretty good. I made it 38 days, which is not awful. And, yeah. Hope everyone's nice and entertained. Let's put some logs on the fire. And then start organizing this stuff. Oh, come on. I hate these guys. They're gonna put my fire out. And I'm so low on wood, too. Okay. So, let's check out this map. So I'm thinking somewhere in here for the spiders, though I don't, like, the snake plant is, I think, over here. So it might be better to put those spiders down in this kind of corner. I think I'm gonna look at that. Alright, snakies are here. The spiders right there. No! I did it wrong. Spiders right there. Okay. That should be close enough to the snakes that they'll fight each other, hopefully. We can, like, kind of encourage them a little bit. It's fine. See, so, and now we have a snake skin. Do we have any more snake skin? Don't worry about it. Alright. 20 minutes left in the stream, folks. Sanity's low. I'm gonna have to sleep again soon. Dry some stuff. Dry, dry, dry. We'll throw one of these up for now. Cook myself some food. Oh, dry seaweed is so good. I don't think we have any in the house, but that's okay. Alright, so I was looking for another snake skin, or maybe it's, oh, there's 5 in there. That checks out. Because we have the whole snake farm over here. Meatballs! Meatballs! These were in here, I think? Yeah. Yeah, we are okay. Alright, I was gonna look for more flowers. But that's alright. It would be really nice to build more farms, but that means more manure, and I really don't want to deal with the monkeys. They're such a pain. They steal your stuff. Whoa, look at this! Doubloons! What we can do with doubloons is refine them into gold nuggets. See, if I had had that earlier, I could have made a lightning rod to go on my emergency base, and then my stuff wouldn't have burned down. But we didn't have that earlier, so what can you do? Alright, what I'm gonna have to do is start collecting sand and really lean into collecting this bamboo. So we're just gonna hang around and hack at the bamboo until it's nighttime, and then we're gonna sleep. Machete. Wait, let's put this away. Alright. So in the monsoon season, which is the equivalent of spring in Shipwrecked, you get a couple of good days and then it starts to rain a lot. And there's not the high winds and trees falling down, and there's no Sealnado. But what there is flooding. So you know how the edge of the sandy beach floods at high tide? It does, if you didn't know that. That's why I like to park my boat on the jungle instead of on the beach, because the high tide doesn't come up to the jungle. But the water that's on the floor, what are you fighting? Why did you fight one of those rabbits? They didn't do anything to you. I don't know. But like patches of water like that, like what comes up on the shore in high tide, will pop up randomly in places in the island, including like under your feet and your base. They'll flood your farms and your machines so they're not usable. And the only way to really combat that is by building sandbags to try and contain the flooding. And sometimes the flood just starts in the middle of your base and you can't do it. And it's rough. This season is a rough one. But like I said, you get a couple of good days before everything starts turning horrible. I wonder if more flowers show up like they do in Spring of Reign of Giants. Well, maybe we'll find out. Oh, there's another snake source. Sounds like Abigail's fighting them. I hope she does well. Oh, she's done. Did you win? Apparently not. It's time for Wendy to sleep, and I'm honestly getting a little exhausted too. This has been one of my longer streams, and I know it's very short by the standard of a lot of streamers, but it's been one of my longer streams. We're working on it. Dry, dry, dry. And here we go. 2 of these. And no, we're not going to use the dry one. We've got 11 fresh ones that are slowly rotting. Okay. There we go. I just keep compulsively picking up the grass, even though I don't really have anything to do with it. But yeah, sleep! We were sleeping. Yes, that's so much better. And the seaweed is already all dried out. It's wonderful. Crocodiles. How are we gonna deal with those today? Should we go back to the other island where the pigs were? That might be a good thing to do. And the bees. That felt like a really good place to take them on. So let's head back. It's too bad I don't have our crock pot and stuff over there anymore. But that's okay. The hounds are baying. Yeah, so see, this area is flooded right here. And then this area is not. So I try to park my boat where there's not flooding. But since it's monsoon season, there's going to be flooding everywhere. It's rough, dude. Oh, I should say chat. I'm trying to avoid gendered language. Here we go. Sailing, sailing away from the crocodiles. It's this way. It's so peaceful. Hi, want to help? Yeah, where's the other one? I don't see the other house on here, but there were definitely two pigs. Oh, it's right here, blended in with the grass. Hi. I'm a very good neighbor and didn't just bring a bunch of terrifying animals to your house. Don't worry about it. Alright, we're good. I think that was all of them. Yes, I can give you that. Okay. Some more seeds. And let's chop some trees since we're here. Got these houndstooth. I've got to make some tooth traps for when these guys come by. You can make traps with the hound teeth and they're actually very effective. But I need to find a good place to put them where I can kite hounds and stuff over them, but not, don't drop that one. Oh, it's nighttime anyway. So basically we got one. Right, it's spring equivalent. So all the bees are killer bees. Isn't that nice? So good. We got a bunch of honey. What are the components again for bee boxes? I think you need a bunch of wood, a bunch of honey. Oh, you need beeswax, so you need to smash a beehive somewhere. Which I don't really want to do. But it would be kind of nice to have a bee box on the island. But like, we're kind of good because we have so many stingers we can make boat kits for days. Ah, missed that one. Am I still going the right way? Gotta be checking constantly. Okay. Soggy and sad. Soggy and sad. Let's go back to chopping bamboo. This bamboo is gonna save my life. Oh, I should have started digging up sand back there. That would have been smart. That's okay. Might have to go to another island to get more bamboo. I don't know. Dragon pie! The dragon fruit is an essential ingredient in a meal called dragon pie. That's very helpful. Yep. That's it. Alright, how much cloth can we make? We're fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's going to be it for now. Well, there was one there, so we need an even number, so we'll call it 7. And now there's 2 left. That's so many. If I need to build a new sail, then I'll be fine. I didn't destroy every bamboo on the island. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I should probably make some food. Maybe. Perhaps. Alright. Yeah, if I'm getting quieter, it's because I'm getting tireder. But we're almost done. 10 minutes. 10 minutes and then this will be a full 2-hour stream. I'm on my way. I'm getting there. I'm slowly learning the mechanics. I know where the raid button is. I looked it up. Food. Glorious food. A 2-hour stream. Isn't that like the Gilligan's Island thing? A 2-hour stream. Did I do it? I never watched Gilligan's Island. I just heard people reference it. I don't know. I'm trying. I try. You can't say I don't try. I should probably try a little bit less at certain things, to be honest. I have to look for some more petals. If I get 12, I can build myself a flower crown, and then I'll feel very pretty and my sanity will go out. Also never watched. All I know is everything was made from bamboo and coconut. Hey, hey! Everything here is made from bamboo and coconut. It was probably an inspiration for the game. Oh, there's a flower. 5! Out of the total 12 that we need. But then I just remembered something important, which is that I've got like 10 or more spider silk. 12 spider silk, so that is enough for 2 top hats. I'm gonna make myself a top hat, which will also make me feel pretty and be happy. See, look at that. Sanity's already going up. Hooray! Sanity! Yeah! Bamboo. Alright. So, we're gonna, well, first we're gonna make some food. Or maybe we're just gonna make a new crock pot to replace the old one. And a nice hammer to smash all my charcoal stuff. I think we're gonna have enough monster meat. I'm worried we might run out. I mean, I guess I should harvest this, but this makes, well, like one of the best food items in the game that's especially good for healing. So I'm like, my health is full. I'm not sure what the best thing to do here is going to be. Let's put this back. No, those can't go in the crock pot. What are we doing? What else can we eat? The mushroom's not here anymore. Because I made a mistake. No, I didn't. I was actually doing fine. It just, something bad happened anyway. That's another life lesson for you. Captain Picard says sometimes you can do everything right and still wind up losing, and that's life. Hammer is something I'm going to need on my next trek. Ah! Trek. Captain Picard. Anyway. I am full of emptiness. Here we go. Speaking of full, here's some berries. We like berries. Seeds. Seeds are good. Not quite as good as berries. But that's alright. Oh, I'm gonna need a new shovel. Shovel, shovel, shovel. We are good on flint and even better on sticks. So I'm not worried about making more tools. Now we're gonna go back to this island. No, no, no. Gotta get the seaweed. Oh, the seaweed! Really? How did you get separated from the others? What is this? Well, luckily I got some monster meat because I was afraid we might run out. The big waves are back. I don't like that at all. I think that means the rain's going to start soon. It's day 41. Stingrays, we don't need those right now. Because we haven't been poisoned all episode. I'm proud of us. Five minutes. Anything that you would like to see in the next 5 minutes? Here we go. Let's try this again. I'll put this thing down. Smash! Smash! How many of these do we have? 4. We need 6 to make a crock pot. Drop that. I am once again looking for a tree that I can safely burn that won't start a wildfire. And I hate to do this with coconut trees because they're somewhat harder to propagate than the jungle trees. But it's what it is. Sorry, coconut trees. I'll try to replant you, maybe. Chop, chop, chop. Hope it doesn't fall on my head. Only one. Yeah, they don't consistently yield more than one seed. So you can renew them if you get them at the right time, but you can't, like, grow more of them than you had to begin with. Alright, drop this for now. Pick this up. Pick this up, I guess. Make 2 more cut stone. 1, 2. And the crock pot is back! Hooray! Okay. Dinner time! 1. 2 of these. Harvest this, which we'll save for later. And... ooh, it's a full moon. That's nice. Look at all these stingers. This is what happens when the pigs and the bees fight each other. Don't even have that much stuff that I can do with these. I mean, I can look into the fight tab, and I don't have the alchemy engine here either. But, like, maybe there's something in the fight tab that they're useful for. Eat the food. And... like, what have we got? There's... the blow dart needs the white feathers. Sleep Dart takes those. I don't have any reeds. I haven't found the reed biome. Fire Dart, Poison Dart, Coconade. So I think it might actually just be the boat kit. But you know what? We're at least good with those. And, yeah. So I think we're gonna look at raiding out. Let me see if I can actually remember how to do that. Pause. Go to Stream Manager. Yes. Raid channels, I'm doing it. See if there's anybody on who I'm following. Well, I guess we'll go to Lagunda. Why not? Oh, it's his kid doing the streamathon still. Alright, so if you're new here, this is gonna bump you to somebody else's stream.
2 weeks into February? With all of this energy happening?
So this guy has been doing,
Puppy's doing tricks.
he's been doing a streamathon, so he's been streaming constantly
Monetize
forever.
this.
And apparently he's having
some
his
puppy.
kids stream for him for some of them.
There you go. Hello, Raiders.
Just rated the stream with 2 viewers. Thank you for the support.
Shut up the computer! That's hilarious. The doggies too locked in. Hi, everybody. Oh, boy. Celiara, thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it. How was your stream? What did you have going on? You got a license for Trog Bridges of the DMV yesterday? My goodness. I am in this moment at a bit of a loss for words. But yeah, call me Soli. Okay, sounds good. I'll keep that in mind. You might need to remind me 2 or 3 times. That's all I'll say is, like, sometimes you need to hit me a couple times with the names. So it takes a minute, but we get there. Okay. What were we doing? We were coding. Like he calls me N instead of Anu. It works. That's right. Anu. Tell me, chat. Don't just let me do it, because I'll go back. I'll revert. There's a lot of people here, and sometimes I forget with all the lowercase names. I don't know where to cut it, but what if I find it funny? Okay, if you find it funny, that's great. If you're upset or offended because I'm saying the name slightly wrong, please correct me. That's fine. Like, please don't get mad at me. But yeah, it's actually pronounced P-Porb. Okay, sounds good. P-Porb. No, that's the thing in the corner. That's the P-Porb.
Yes. I am. I raided out into Lagundo.
Nice.
Ooh, and I got some followers from that.
Ooh, Lagundo gave a shout out to you.
Yep. I think that maybe happens automatically when you raid, but still. And I got to hear another Skyblocker struggle with my name, but that's okay. I'm like, you can call me Soli. He's like, Soli. Yes, I'll try to remember that. Everybody tries to remember it. And almost none of them ever do. The only person who consistently pronounces my name right is I Didn't Stop Streaming.